It was a dark orange, ashy sky, almost like it was nighttime. There was so little light coming out of it.
All of us hope to never see smoke-filled skies in our forests.
The air was so smoky, you could barely see in front of you, very hazy and not breathable or safe to breathe.
With hotter and drier summers increasing the fire threat across the West, we have to look up to find better ways of predicting wildfires.
We're really excited about this next generation system that we're currently developing.
We're talking about the data being used to predict wildfires from the GOES satellites. Eric James is one of the scientists trying to better predict these fires.
Basically, the idea is we want to take advantage of our high-resolution models, which are predicting the weather around the clock. We want to be able to use the meteorology coming out of the model forecast to predict the kind of conditions that are going to be hitting a wildfire. And that can help us to predict the activity of the wildfire.
These natural disasters impact so many across the Mountain West, but the smoke can go even farther. That's where we asked Travis Knutson of Lane Regional Air Protection Agency why it's important for our health to know when smoke might be moving in.
We're really interested in knowing how smoke moves across not just the Pacific Northwest, but really all of the Northern Hemisphere, because even wildfires that are substantially far away from us can still have pretty significant impact on our air quality here locally.
We want to use the same approach to be able to predict not just the fire weather that could impact firefighting efforts, but actually to be able to predict the amount of smoke that's going to be emitted from a wildfire. Because obviously tons more smoke is going to be emitted from a really active or explosively growing fire than from a subdued fire.
We can inform the public when changes may need to be made to their day-to-day activities or actions can be taken, all in effort to reduce exposure.
These new models will be able to keep track of where wildfires are and where they're heading, depending on current weather conditions.
So we think, predictions for the coming hours and days could be pretty valuable for firefighters. We plan to implement this in operations in several years' time.
I mean, I think that technology is super smart and it will probably save people's lives.
As hotter and drier summers remain on the horizon, so too does newer technology.
We'll actually be able to predict wildfire evolution in the future in a much better way than we were during 2020.
With this new forecasting technology, it might give all of us a little bit better of a chance to exactly understand how wildfires work. Reporting in Eugene, Chief Meteorologist Josh Cozart.
James says for the next step for researchers is to use this technology to look closer at pollutants, dust, pollen, and wildfire-produced storms.